everybody, it's Whospot Audi and welcome back to more Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last time we went to the first dungeon, got the first piece of Triforce, and in this episode we're gonna go to the second dungeon. So yeah, I didn't get to finish this in the last episode, but the last Zelda game I played was Zelda 2, and let me tell you, after playing a game as hard as that, it's really refreshing to go back to an easier game in the series. I mean, really. Even though, personally, I didn't think Zelda 2 was that hard, just a few bull-crappy enemies like the Iron Knuckles, like the blue Iron Knuckles, and the stupid freaking... I forgot what their name was. What was their name? The Dairas, I think? The guys that throw their axe is what I meant. But anyways, this isn't Zelda 2, this is Zelda 1. Anyways, so what we're going to want to do is make our way below those armor statues. And also, just in case you guys needed it, there's another Moblin hideout in this area, which will only give 10 rupees, so it's not that useful. But hey, it's better than nothing. So yeah, I just wanted to show that off. Okay. I believe here is 100 rupees if you burn that bush, but you don't really want to get those yet. Those are the final 100 rupees in the entire game. And you want to save those for maybe a red potion later down the line. You're going to get a lot of rupees just fighting your way through dungeons anyway, so yeah. Anyways, here's the, oh, nice. Here's the second dungeon. Welcome to Dungeon 2. Now, I didn't mention this in the first place, but Dungeon 1 is called the Eagle, because it has the map in the shape of an eagle. And this dungeon, I believe, is called the Moon. Because it's in the shape of a crescent moon. So yeah, anyways, those enemies that I just killed are ropes. Yeah, once they lock eyes with you, they'll start moving, they'll start charging towards you. They're not too bad of enemies. Again, you could just take them out in one hit. And that's about it. You don't really need to do anything with them. There you go. Now the dungeon item in this, dungeon, very redundant there, is going to be the magical boomerang. Basically just a stronger version of the boomerang. Still doesn't do damage, but just stuns more enemies. So yeah, that's the only dungeon item in this dungeon. Okay, there I go again with my redundancy. Now, I just want to make something clear. I will probably not be getting all the maps and compasses in this playthrough. This is by no means an 100% playthrough. Well, yeah, there's by no means a 100% playthrough. There's by no means a no deaths playthrough. Nothing strange or crazy like that. This is just a good old playthrough of Zelda 1. Yeah. There showed off a mechanic. If you beat the leader of the enemies in the room, it only works sometimes. All of them will die, and they'll all drop something or nothing. Depends. I'm gonna go through here, I guess. Oh yeah, here's where we're gonna get the magical boomerang, which is gonna kill those guys. These are blue Gorias, basically, stronger versions of the orange Gorias. Now, this really confuses me because in certain games, in certain Zelda games, it's the blue version that's stronger, like in this game in Zelda Breath of the Wild, but in other games, it's the red version that's stronger, like in Link to the Past, where the red version is stronger. Now, this I believe is called Moldorm. Just strike its segments, and it'll die. There you go. Yeah, those enemies are much harder in later Zelda games. This is just a bomb refill. You can hold up to 8 bombs, but later on in the game you'll get certain upgrades that will get you to 12, and then eventually to 16. But I'm not going to be getting the one for 16 because that's just a waste of rupees. I never really use the 16 bombs. I always get the 12 bomb, but I really never get the 16 bombs. Okay, you just want to keep going up. To have an easier time going through the game, it's really suggested that you save keys whenever you can. Because, like I said, other keys can be used in other dungeons. They're not dungeon specific. But yeah, here's the dungeon boss. Now this is a Dodongo. Now Dodongo can be defeated in one of two ways. You can either use 2 bombs to set in front of him for him to eat, or well, the method that I like better is you can set a bomb slightly more in front of him to where he'll catch it, and then when he starts shaking like that, you can stab him and actually kill him. And he will almost always drop bombs, and also you will only use up one bomb instead of the 2 bombs that it uses to kill him. It's harder to do it that way, but if you can, it'll save you some bombs, which, let me tell you, bombs are more valuable in this game than any other Zelda game. I'm serious, because there's a lot of secrets in dungeons that can be gotten through bombs. I believe in certain dungeons it's actually the required way to have bombs, and you're gonna be crap out of luck if you have no bombs at that time, so yeah. That's not cool. Anyways, we're gonna want to make ourselves to the 3rd dungeon. Yeah, like I said, we're not gonna be doing that much stuff in the overworld anymore for a little while. We're just gonna make ways to dungeons, and then defeating those dungeons until about dungeon 4 or 5 is when we're gonna go get some other stuff. Now in dungeon 3, oh boy, you guys are gonna have fun seeing me do that one, because dungeon 3 has some of the most annoying enemies in the entire game, and I'm pretty sure anyone who's played Zelda 1 knows who I'm talking about. Oh, here, fairy. Fairies heal like 5 hearts, I believe. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, school's almost over, which is great. We'll have 1 more month of school left. Hoping I pass this year, so I don't have to redo the 10th grade. School online is making me very, very nervous, because like I find it way harder to learn online. Like, yeah, you could like look up the answers, haha, but I don't know, I seriously feel like I've not been equipped with any knowledge besides the knowledge that I've known from 9th grade. Whatever, you guys don't care about that probably. Anyways, you want to show the note to the older woman, and you can buy either red potion or a blue potion. I always buy the red potion. Don't even bother with the blue potion. All the blue potion is 1 dose heals you, but what the red potion is, it's 2 doses that fully heal you. And if you buy 2 blue potions, which is the same as 1 red potion, it costs 20 more rupees. So you really do not want to do that. It's really not worth it. Never buy the blue potion. Always get the red potion. Anyways, here is Dungeon 3. Now, I want to discredit a lot of what people say. This dungeon's map is not shaped like a swastika. It is shaped like a manji. A manji, which is a Japanese symbol for good luck. I forget what exactly, or like good fortune. I forget exactly what it is, but no, it is not a swastika. It is actually a manji. Anyways, yeah, that's what this dungeon is actually called, the manji. Now, these enemies are just called Zols. These enemies are awesome if you're low on health, because they will most likely drop hearts. And a lot of stuff, and they also drop a lot of rupees. So yeah, these enemies are great if you're low on health. I believe here is, yep, these are the most annoying enemies by far in the entire game. Dark Nuts. You can only strike them from the back or the side, and they turn around a lot, which makes them really hard to defeat, and they essentially get no knockback from your sword, so if they're heading towards you and you strike them, you're basically going to be stuck in your striking pose, and they could still hit you while you're doing that, which is kind of unfair. But yeah, now I believe in this dungeon we're going to get into a new room mechanic. I'm not sure on that though. No, I believe we actually do want to go through this one. Yeah, we do. Okay, Dark Nuts, come on. Yeah, I really do not like these guys. These guys are the reason why I die a lot in dungeons. And this really puts the stiffness of the controls to the test, because I've avoided talking about it since the very beginning of the playthrough, but Link's control in this game is really stiff. He can only move in 4 directions, and while you're stabbing, you are like paused into the stabbing position. So you can't really move while you're stabbing, which, again, really hinders you in certain situations. There we go. Took care of them. So yeah. Unlike later games in the series where you can move in 8 directions, in this game you can only move in 4. So yeah, that's really not good. And oh god, yeah, if you want to kill all these Dark Nuts, be my guest. I'm just going to say screw it and just go on to get the dungeon item, which is the raft. Now, the raft is going to allow us to get 1 more heart piece heart. There I go, making that mistake again. Heart container in the overworld, but I'm not going to be getting that just yet because I'd rather wait till after Dungeon 4 for getting that. I'll explain why in a while. Okay, here's a bunch of keys and Zols. These bubbles will, if they hit you, you'll be unable to use your sword. Like here, I'm mashing the A button and I'm not stabbing at all. Yeah, you'll be unable to use your sword for a few seconds. Now, actually, I haven't been doing this, but fighting the Keese with the boomerang, that's the only enemy that they actually do kill, and it's really useful. So if you want to make quick work of Keese, you just use the boomerang. It really does make quick work of them. Anyways, I believe we want to go to the left, not upwards. Now, the dungeon boss for this dungeon, I believe, is going to be a manhandler. Yeah, okay. That's where we want to go. Yeah, but look, I know what it looks like. It looks like a swastika, but no, it's not. It's a manji. You can actually see that it's actually mirrored. Whoa! Screen glitch. Yeah, it's actually mirrored from a swastika. I should probably stop mentioning that word because, you know, the history behind it, so... Yeah, but it's not what it is. Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I really should stop saying that word because, you know the stuff that happened and all that, yeah. Anyways, what's interesting about these bubbles, though, is that in the second quest, they actually function a little bit differently. There's going to be two types of bubbles. There's going to be red bubbles or orange bubbles, and blue bubbles. Now, the blue bubbles, I believe, will take away the sword, and you're going to have to get hit by an orange bubble to get your sword ability back, which is actually a pretty cool mechanic, I'm not going to lie. So you want to go here and screen glitch again. And yep, here we go. The manhandler. Now, the manhandler is really easy to take out. What you want to do is place a bomb over the middle of it, and it's going to blow up. Alternatively, you can just strike its 4 heads, and every head you kill, it's going to get faster and faster and faster. But that's the way mostly everybody does it. You just place a bomb in the middle, and that'll take it out instantly. Now, like I said, we could go ahead and grab another heart piece, or heart container, in the overworld now that we have the raft. But, like I said, we're going to want to hold off on that until after Dungeon 4. Now, I think I'm actually going to do Dungeon 4 in this video, just because it's only 12 minutes. It's not enough for a video. Which is why I like these shorter games, because I can make and finish Let's Plays really quickly. Now, yeah, you want to use the raft, and it will sail you across. You can't use the raft just anywhere. It will only sail you across those dock areas. And you can only go straight from there. Now, here is another dungeon. I don't actually remember the name of this dungeon. I might remember, like, the name once I get the map, but I don't remember. I think it's the lizard? I'm not sure. Anyways, now, what I thought was going to be a mechanic shown in Dungeon 3, I believe it's actually going to be shown in this dungeon rather than Dungeon 3, so... Yeah, we're going to see a new mechanic in this dungeon, which is going to get pretty annoying, but not really too annoying. Yeah, here we go. We don't want to go through that locked door. These enemies are called Vires. Once you kill them, they spread into keys, but once we get our next sword upgrade, the magical sword, they will... be gone in one hit and not turn into keys. Yeah, there's actually no Master Sword in this game. Master Sword only debuts in Link to the Past. Now, here's the new mechanic. These dark rooms. Now, every time you see a dark room, you're gonna want to just light it up with the candle. You don't need to if you know the layout, but yeah, you're just gonna want to light it up, and yeah, they're just going to be throwing it at you. And wow, these Zolls actually look much cooler when they're black dark like that. I like the look of these guys. There's another stopwatch. Hopefully you drop a heart. No. Okay. Now, what I like about this is, if you're flashing, you can actually make Link look like Santa. Here's another dark room. Now, this locked door you actually do want to go through, because you can't actually pass through that water. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, do not bother with that locked door, because that is one of the more one of the most useless locked doors in the entire game, because that will take you to the room with the map, but you're on a platform where you cannot possibly get off there into the rest of the room to get the map. And oh, I forgot you have to kill all the enemies in this room. So yeah, do not use the key on that door. Anyway, you want to go in here, and then... Oh, these enemies! These enemies are by far the worst enemies in the game, in my opinion. Well, maybe not the worst enemies in the game, but they're pretty high up there. These are likes. If they hit you, they will take your shield away and force you... Oh, God! Okay, I got lucky there, but you might not get so lucky. Yeah, if they hit you, then you will lose the big shield and you were forced to buy another one. And like I said, rupees are really strict in this game, so if it takes your shield away, you're gonna have to grind for rupees to get another one. And like I said, this big shield is really useful across the game for a lot of other enemies, so you really do not want to lose that. I hate enemies like that, like in Ocarina of Time, where if you get hit by any type of fire thing, you lose the Deku Shield permanently. I hate stuff like that, man. But yeah, anyways, you want to go over here. Now, I didn't even explain the stepladder. The stepladder basically just lets you walk on one square of water. You cannot walk on more than one step of water, just one square. That's it. But it's pretty useful, and this lets us get yet another heart piece in the overworld, which is why I wanted to hold off until now, because there's actually another thing that we get to get once we get that second heart piece. So yeah, we can only walk across one block of water, not more than one. Here we go, and that's another dark room. And this is why I told you not to take that locked door, because you'll be on that platform, unable to progress to get the map. I don't know why they do it like that. Now, I believe in Dungeon 7, there's a room just like that, but it's in reverse, whereas you want to use that locked door because the map is on that platform rather than off that platform. It's exactly the same room layout, but the map is on the platform instead of off of it. Now, here's an introduction of a mini-boss. This is the Manhandle again that we just saw in the other dungeon, and crap, I messed it up. There we go, thank God. Yeah, if you could, like I said, if the more heads it loses, the faster it gets. Walk into the waterfall. Now, this guy told... Oh, yeah, you can strike him and he'll start shooting you with those fireballs. He's telling you to walk into the waterfall, but it's really not that useful. It's just a lady that sells you hints, basically. I never really use it. Anyways, I believe the dungeon boss for this is the Gleeok, which is a two-headed dragon. I always get hit at that room. Yeah, the Gleeok is a two-headed dragon, which I actually might need to use the red potion. I usually never use it this early, but I'm kind of sucking on hits, so I might have to, actually. It's gonna suck using the red potion this early, but I guess... Oh, shoot, come on. There we go. And we have to push the block. There we go. My phone is actually really low on battery, so I'm hoping that I won't lose this recording. Now here is the Gleeok. Now this dragon will keep shooting these like things at you. You cannot block them with your big shield, unfortunately. Just strike its multiple heads, and yeah, I'm just going to use the red potion so I won't have to restart the dungeon. It kind of sucks that I'm using it this early in the game. But yeah, I just have to. I'm just going to tank the rest of the hits, yeah. For every head it loses, it's gonna shoot out a fire version of it that will chase you down. It kind of reminds me of Blind from Link to the Past. You know, the more you hit it, the more heads it launches at you. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing that enemy a lot more, and they're gonna get a lot more annoying. But anyways, here's the fourth piece of the Triforce. Now, I'm not going to go to the 5th dungeon in this episode, but I am going to show some secrets that you can get now that we've got the stepladder and also the raft. Jeez, I cannot think straight. So I'm going to actually cut ahead now, and I'll meet you guys near where we were at the very beginning of the playthrough. Okay, now over here, we actually never saw this screen in normal gameplay, but this is just past where the blue Octo Rocks were, where I got my first bombs. Now, if you didn't, I'm sorry I didn't show this in the first episode, but if you actually didn't get the bombs, you can buy them for 20 rupees in this shop. So, yeah, and there's also the arrow that... We won't need to buy the arrow until Dungeon 6, so we don't really want that right now. And here is the, shoot. Here is the, another heart container. And man, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, there's that. And the third heart container is right around the corner. Yeah, you want to get into this dock. There's a Zora right there. Go into this. That looks like a dungeon, but nope, it's another place. Yeah. And that's the last heart container in the overworld. Yeah. We're actually almost over halfway done with the game. Well, actually no, we're still on the former half of the game, but we're not too close to being we're not too far from being halfway done. Yeah, this is a short game. I mean, all NES games were short. They were just really hard. Sorry for the cut there. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. Now what you want to do is, actually I'm going to cut ahead because we're going to need to make our way all the way back to that orange foresty area, because that's actually going to get us our next sword upgrade since we have enough heart containers to get it. I'll see you guys right there. Okay, here we are at the Autumn Foresty area, which the official name of this is actually the Lost Woods. Yes, this is how the Lost Woods used to look like. Oh, well, actually, this portion of it is not technically the Lost Woods. The Lost Woods is going to be entered right about now. Yeah, I want to go in here. Now, to get through the Lost Woods, what you want to do is go up, and then to the left, bleh, excuse me, and then down, and then to the left again. If you go anywhere except that, it will keep repeating, and if you want to exit the Lost Woods for good without knowing the solution, you gotta go to the right. It's much like the Lost Hills that we saw earlier in the playthrough, where I said if you want to leave that, you have to go left. Anyways, you want to go up 3 screens, and then, over here. And you want to push this gravestone. These ghosts are actually called guineas. Yeah, not Poes, guineas. Okay, sorry for the jump cut there. I had a call coming in and I had to answer it. Anyway, yeah, these ghosts are called guineas. You want to go into this hole. Master using it, and you can have it. This is not the Master Sword, this is the Magical Sword. But this is the last sword you get in the game, so yeah. Now this does double damage of what the White Sword did. And I guess since we're right close to a very useful item that we're going to need, I guess I'll get it on camera right now and not wait for it till later. Yeah, now we can take those blue Lionels out in 2 hits, which is really helpful because those Lionels can be really nasty. Not as nasty as they are in Breath of the Wild, but, you know, nasty nonetheless. I believe it's this Armos that you want to touch. Yeah, there we go. Now we get the power bracelet. Now you're playing with power. Nintendo power, as they would say. Yeah, so what the power bracelet does is basically allows you to push those snail rocks over there, like in groups of 4, and once you push them, they allow for really good shortcuts that we're going to use to get to Dungeon 5. Anyways, I think that does it for this episode. Next time on The Legend of Zelda, we're going to go to Dungeon 5, and maybe even finish the game on my next recording setting, but anyways, see you guys next time.
Oh yeah! Yahoo!